Mood diary, day 50. It is Tuesday morning and I'm feeling slightly anxious today. I think today I decided to start work much early so I could finish much earlier because I have this seminar where we will be doing some work with other colleagues, and I feel a bit anxious because it's been some time since I done this type of work, and I'm not sure if I will be so fluent at it. So I feel this kind of like excited and also anxious at the same time. Also, I'm feeling as if I'm in some kind of watching out, observing type of mode as well. It feels like something happened in my consciousness, and one part of me is kind of in here and another part of me is not really here and is kind of observing what's happening. So I feel it's some kind of type of evaluation going on, probably on subconscious level. You know, when you kind of in your life and in your problem and in your situation, you are always doing your best or the best that you can do at that point. The question I think that I'm trying to answer with me observing myself and my life is getting myself in a objective mode and seeing if really there is anything else that can be changed, or really there is nothing that can be changed. So yeah, because in this situation, you know, like we are all locked in, we limited, let's say we are limited, and distractions that usually come our way to draw our attention, you know, like I have to go there, I need to meet this person, I need to meet this person, I need to go to this shop, I need to go to do this, going stops. And then this kind of like, okay, so now I am going nowhere, or I don't really go very far. And this extra bit of a social life is kind of tuned down, and what's happening is like everything that is internal is coming up. So I think I'm kind of like trying to evaluate if there is anything else that I could do to create the life that I want. I am evaluating my own inhibitions, or let's say restrictions, because there are some restrictions that I feel. For example, when I want to create something, I want to put out some contents, I want to take some steps in a business decision, and there are some inhibitions which I kind of feel like, okay, I need to have a permission to do this, I need to permission to do that. And I think what is happening right now is like I am collecting data by observing my life and observing the fact that I am adult person after all, that some things that I'm waiting for permission, I don't really need permission. And especially I don't really need permission to kind of like self-express or to be myself. I've been listening to a podcast about writing, and one of the tips that Marie Forleo was giving was be rude in your writing, in your draft, and you will be able to basically be yourself like that. Of course, later you can change, you know, your language, or you can, you know, make sure you're not really offending anyone. But I think what it means for me is like, instead of trying to project how what you put out will be perceived and prevent the problems in advance, or perceived problems, you know, like for example, if you write a blog and you have something to say, but you are worried that this person is not gonna like it and that person is not gonna like it, another person is not gonna like it. Okay, that might sound like this, somebody might interpret you like this or like that. Then you kind of like completely water down and tune down your message. I think that's what it means for me, and kind of that's why it kind of really stuck with me, that you basically kind of don't need to censor yourself first. Then if you need to censor yourself later, you can do that. But if you really want to put your message across by censoring yourself, you're not really gonna do that very well. And I think that's probably one of the problems that I get into with my writing. I kind of like try to make sure my language is the same, the way I read it in articles or the magazines, because it's not my first language. So, you know, and I kind of get probably too fixated sometimes in sounding in a certain way, an acceptable way, instead of just allowing the message to be released. So I also feel like I'm continue towards self-confidence and self-empowerment, and really kind of getting stable with it, because all of these things that I learn, it just giving me enough evidence that, you know, like if you are in your integrity and you have a good intention, you don't really have anything to fear. You may have something to fear, but generally there is nothing else for you to do. You know, you don't really need to try to be in a certain way or write in a certain way or act in a certain way. And you know, the tips and tricks, some of them are to take you away from you and they're not very good tips and tricks, but some of them are actually really good, like this one I really liked. So I think my mood right now actually is 7 out of 10 because of combination of anxiety, and I feel like I didn't really feel like I had a good night's sleep. I felt like I was waking up and kind of like maybe being anxious about this workshop, I don't know, and then I got up early, so yeah. But other than that, I'm alright, and I hope that today you are also having a good day, and I wish you to be rude in an honest way. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.